In the past 7 years, I helped more than 50 B2B companies to successfully win leads online. And if you're new here, my name is Robert and I'm the founder of a B2B SEO/geo agency. And as you can see on our website, we are in particular specialized in various B2B industrial niches, like B2B manufacturers, IT and software companies, B2B e-commerce, B2B distributors. So all of those niches, and if your company is also in industrial niche, that's definitely a video for you here. Also, we analyzed more than 2,254 websites here and tried to understand for which niches online marketing, in particular search engine marketing, is a really good thing to start with and makes sense to win leads online. If you want to download our full white paper where we analyze that, so the B2B SEO in the Age of AI white paper, click the second link in the description below. And now let's talk about the 5 big key strategies that I identified in the past 7 years while working with various companies. And I try to break those strategies down and try to create an overview from a bird's eye perspective. And this is what I came up with. And now you might think, well, Robert, this might be a bit overwhelming, but trust me, stick with me. So we will go through those 5 strategies now one by one, which are definitely worth trying when it comes to generating more leads as a B2B company. And we're going to start with, from my experience, the least effective strategy and end with the most effective strategy. And the least effective strategies that we tried in the past years are social media strategies for B2B. And when we talk about social media for B2B, and this is place number 5 here on this rank list, let's first talk about the most obvious one, which is LinkedIn for B2B. When it comes to LinkedIn, I can speak out of my own experience and out of experience from some project. So we maybe did a handful of projects when it comes to LinkedIn marketing. I also have my own LinkedIn profile set up. I also have a bunch of contacts in the profile. I did organic LinkedIn strategies plus outreaching strategies with my profile. And what I found out is if you focus on organic posting, and same is true for Facebook and Instagram for B2B industrial companies, plus social media outreach, from my experience, it can drive your results, but for industrial companies who sell, let's say, scalable products that are just offered or searched and people buy those, probably not the best strategy in the first place. So what I tried is creating LinkedIn posts, so engaging organically, of course, writing high quality posts, using high quality photos and videos, storytelling. This is one part of the equation. And on the other hand, also doing outreach on LinkedIn. So adding new contacts constantly, reaching out to new contacts, sending them high quality things such as video content that might be helpful for them. This is what I did here. And I know, especially in the niches of consulting, B2B services, this might be a good strategy to win leads. Well, still, for me and for many other clients that we have worked with, not the most profitable or best strategy when it comes to winning leads online. Still, just because it was not working well for our niche doesn't mean it wouldn't work for your niche. So it's definitely something that you could try. Also creating content on Facebook or Instagram. If you, for example, are in a business where you sell services, that might be also an opportunity. But for industrial companies, not the best option. And then there's also YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, and as you watch this now on our channel, you're already here, so you know the channel. And we upload videos for a couple years now. I've uploaded around 180 videos. Some of them are short still, but most of the videos are definitely long-form content. So it's a lot of work that I put in here through the past years, and I'm doing that already for a couple years. You can see that. Check out. The oldest one is 4 years ago. Oh, that's me in Berlin here. What was the result? Did I win leads through my YouTube channel? I did win some leads through my YouTube channel. I also won one of our biggest clients ever through the YouTube channel. They said, well, we watched some of your videos, the marketing manager did, and they truly liked it. They understood the service that I'm offering better. They understood SEO and search engine marketing for B2B industrial companies better. And then they became a client for SEO and Google Ads. Still, to be honest, most of the leads, of the inquiries that I get through the YouTube channel are, to that point of time, not that quality. So I get some leads here and there through the YouTube channel, but yeah, maybe you're the next lead. So if you want to book an appointment, work with us, definitely prove me wrong. Go to robertsiegers.com/en and maybe I'm offering you a better solution here. Maybe you truly like the videos. If you do so, check out our work and I'm looking forward to help you as well. Still, in my opinion, YouTube, especially video marketing, is a huge driver. And even if your YouTube videos on your channel directly don't drive that many leads, I would still suggest to use video marketing on your website. For example, here, I'm having a full video that explains our service, and I have this on most of our service pages. So working with video definitely has the advantage to get closer to your prospects and potential leads, and to display yourself as a personality, as a brand better. And people build trust through using video. It's not just plain text here. You can see me, you can maybe know how I would engage with you if we would work together, how we would cooperate. You know how I talk, how I look, that I'm a real person and not an AI. So all of these things are definitely important, and therefore video is a great vehicle to do that. But what about number 4 here on the list, which is email marketing? Yes, email is still a thing, and this is, from my experience, why it's definitely here on position 4. There are 2 kinds of email marketing that you usually do to win leads online. The first thing is, and I think definitely one of the very effective methods here, cold email outreach. Cold email outreach is, well, in many countries it's not allowed legally, but cold email outreach, if you truly create valuable content, I usually didn't have any bad experiences with that. Well, of course, some people are annoyed. Maybe many people also don't reply to your mails. That's absolutely normal. But usually when you email out cold, then you might expect that maybe 90% of your emails are never answered or replied to. So 90%, this is usually the number that you have to have in your head. 90 out of 100 emails, waste. Then there are 10%. From those 10%, a good thing is if people still reply to you, no, we are not interested. That's usually another 4 to 5%. And then you have between 5, maybe 3% that are actually maybe quality prospects here. And from those 5%, around 3% are like, well, yeah, maybe it's interesting, but not now. And then you usually have 1 or 2%, so 1 or 2 out of 100 that truly like your service and are interested, and you're at the right time reaching out to them. A method that I personally used is the video outreach. And this is a really good approach to build trust and to give value up front. It's also pretty elaborate. From my opinion and experience, is not that much scalable, because whenever you send a video, you have to create it. So sending out short videos. But from my experience, it's definitely a method to get leads guaranteed. You will get leads if you send high quality emails, especially if you send emails with videos included. This is a strategy that definitely takes some time, and you can use software for that. For example, using Apollo. This is a software that helps you setting up an email database or just an email list. And then you can use AI or just export the emails and send them manually to potential prospects. You can filter pretty good here using those softwares, and it's not that expensive. So it's definitely recommended if you want to set up email lists. And this, for example, is software that I also use, or we use for potential clients when it comes to email outreach or also creating newsletter lists. And this is the next point here when it comes to email marketing. Newsletter marketing, of course, works best if you already have your own audience. So you can, for example, use a lead magnet. We have a white paper for that, and I can now market that especially white paper lead magnet to you. So if you want to join our marketing list, our email list, and at the same time get our white paper, our lead magnet, just go to robertsiegers.com/en and then go to the white paper page. The URL is, by the way, robertsiegers.com/en/paper. It's the second link in the description. And here you can download our white paper. And when you do that, at the same time, we will send it to you via email, but at the same time, we also add you to our email list. Of course, you can unsubscribe again, but when you download the white paper, you are then in our newsletter list. And from our newsletter list, we usually send about one newsletter per month. So some companies send more, but for B2B purposes, I usually think the best thing is to send between 1 to 4 newsletters a month. And by sending newsletters, I always talk about super high quality newsletters. What we do is we do one YouTube video per week, and usually we send a summary out of the best content that we created throughout the months. For example, now in the next newsletter, you will get those last 4 videos. And this again drives traffic to our videos, but it also puts us in front of our core audience again, of our newsletter subscribers, potential prospects. So people that have subscribed to our newsletter, maybe have seen our videos, but are not our clients yet. At the same time, we also feed the videos to our clients, so the clients are also in the list. You could also separate that, maybe have a client list, people who already bought you are already clients of yours, and people who are not clients yet, and you would like them to be your client in the future. It's also called lead nurturing here. So a process where you kind of nurture your lead and build trust until they become clients. This is newsletter marketing. But what about the top 3 now? What is the third best option in my opinion? And from my experience, it's called paid advertising. And we are talking about Google Ads and Microsoft advertising here. So let's dive into Google Ads first. Google Ads is one of our most sold services. And this is not the case by accident. This is because Google Ads works and drives a ton of potential leads to our clients. We also explain the full Google Ads service here on our website. A huge advantage of Google Ads, especially and also of Bing or Microsoft Ads, is that paid advertising is always fast, so you can set it up today, have results tomorrow or in the next weeks. It's measurable, so we definitely know what we do there. So if we set up conversions in the beginning, for example, whenever someone clicks on that button to book an appointment, please measure that and let me know which keyword this person came from. Then Google Ads and Microsoft Ads are a really good way to do so. For both platforms, so Google and Microsoft Ads, we talk majorly about search campaigns. Search campaigns are these, for example. So we have the sponsored results up here. This is a sponsored result. This is a sponsored result. This is a sponsored result. And I see that they changed it as well, because usually we had like sponsored result next to every actual sponsored result, but now we have just a summary. So those are the sponsored results. Those are the Google ads. And the Google ads bring you above the organic search engine results, right? So this is our SEO perspective. Those are the SEO results. And down here are again some Google ads, some sponsored results. And same for Bing or Microsoft advertising as well. Then there's also the opportunity to do retargeting using those platforms. So retargeting is when your company is setting up an ad that is displayed, for example, on another website. Retargeting can be used from companies when someone already visited your website or showed interest in a service or a product of your company, but didn't buy or didn't send an inquiry. So retargeting can be used to retarget those people specifically using Google Ads or Microsoft Ads and just sending ads through websites they visit, or for example, through if they use Google Mail, through their Google Mail account. Those are targeted ads that readdress a potential prospect here. And then there are also social media ads that are also a part of paid advertising. I personally can say that I don't have a lot of experience using social media ads for B2B companies, so I don't truly know. I'm not an expert in that, but it's definitely an option that is worth mentioned here because I know some companies who drive really good results using social media ads, but those companies are more on the B2B service or consulting end as well as on the B2B software or SaaS end. But for, let's say, manufacturers, for B2B e-commerce, for distributors, there are also studies on that say that B2B companies invest just a tiny amount in social media marketing and social media advertising, but they invest a lot more on number 2 here, which is search engine optimization or generative engine optimization, how it's called these days. When we talk about SEO and geo, which is definitely, from my experience, one of the best strategies to win leads online as a B2B company, and I explain why in a bit. When it comes to SEO and geo, I have to say that we also, in the past 5 years, we won most of our clients, especially the good clients, the high profitable, high value leads that in the end also bought our offer and which we are still working with today because we work long-term with most of our clients. Most of those actually come from SEO because we optimized our website for particular terms that are searched by our dream clients. For example, Google Ads for B2B or SEO for B2B, or as well B2B SEO consulting. Those are search terms that are highly relevant for our company that we optimized our website for. Why is SEO and geo such a good strategy for most B2B companies? Because the nature of most B2B companies is that technical buyers, that engineers, that business owners, they look for a really specific offer which they search online for. And usually most B2B businesses are demand and supply businesses. So someone demands something, searches for that online, especially the young buyers, and then we need someone who is a supplier, so your company, for example, any B2B company, and then we can just present our offer using SEO. But how does that work? What do we need to optimize when it comes to becoming visible in search engines and AI models? First of all, let's talk about content marketing. There are commercial pages and informative pages on most websites. Those are the major two. Let's have a look how that looks from our website perspective. So when you go to our homepage and you look at our main menu, what can you see here? First of all, our solution pages. Those are our offering pages / our commercial pages. So the most important pages that people usually also look for on Google. SEO for B2B, Google Ads for B2B, SEO for industrial companies, for manufacturers, and so on. Then we also have some more pages here, more on the consulting side. Then we have some trust pages, the About Us page. This is not commercial and not informative. This is just, let's say, a trust page, so about us. And then we have informative pages. For example, guide pages. We have our YouTube videos. This is an external link, but when we talk about informative pages, we have our guide pages, for example. There we have the SEO for Manufacturer Strategies guide. And this is an informative article that addresses how SEO for manufacturers work and which strategies they can use. And this article is not for anyone who is looking for a service here first. This is an article for someone who wants to inform themselves on the topic of manufacturing SEO. So when you want to build a website, you first want to structure your commercial pages and then your informative pages. And if you want to deep dive more into how that works, we have various videos on those topics. For example, the last video that I will link to you up here in the description below, where I explained how I help more than 50 B2B companies to rank high on Google and get leads using SEO. I explained that in detail in this video. But now let's talk about link building and digital PR, which is the second biggest factor when it comes to ranking on Google through SEO. When we talk about link building, for most B2B companies, link building is, let's say, not the biggest thing to do first, because most B2B companies, like maybe yours as well, are family companies. They are on the market for decades most of the times, and often they also have launched a first website in the early 2000s. That means they have a ton of domain authority already. Right? They have been linked from various listings, from clients, from, just from other websites. So their brand is already recognized throughout the internet. Still, if your brand is pretty new on the market, then something you might do is creating off-page links first. And off-page links are, for example, high-quality links that you get from websites like this one. Manufacturing.net is an industrial magazine. And if you want to get links for your industrial website, you want to look for those industrial niche magazines where you want to get links from. And you can just reach out to their editorial section here, ask them if it's possible to get a guest article in such a magazine, how much that might cost, and then you can write a guest article, or also, for example, apply for the podcast. Maybe they make an interview with you. This is just an example here, but you know where I'm getting to. Try to build links from industrial magazines or from niche magazines. But not only from niche magazines, but also getting mentions from public media articles, from listings. A good example here is europages.co.uk or europages.whatever country. Try to get listed here, get a link from those pages. Then there are also possibilities to get mentioned, or if there is the opportunity to maybe get a press release. Also with a brand recognition of an employee of your company or of your company's name. This is what you want to do, because these days AI models crawl throughout the web and try to identify where are the companies mentioned, where are they linked. Is this company available? Is this company recognized by many people? Is this a trustworthy company? This is how search engines work these days. So you don't just want to work on your content, but you also want to work on your link profiles. And then there are also some tweaks that you can do in terms of generation engine optimization. So in particular, becoming visible in models like Google AI Mode, ChatGPT, or Perplexity. And here we talk about getting your data structured. First of all, we've seen that in our article. We put the most important data first. So we have like a full info box about manufacturing SEO. We put the most important things first so that the crawlers of the new AI models crawl this info box and understand, this article is about that and that and that. So another thing that we can do when it comes to structured data is using schema markups. And schema markups are basically structured code that say your crawler, this is a pricing structure, this is a review structure, this is an FAQ structure. And we want those structures used throughout our website. Let's have a look how that looks, for example, for our B2B service. For example, we have like an FAQ structure here. And for that structure, we can use a schema markup to inform the crawler that we have an FAQ section here. Structured data then helps the crawler to identify each section, but in general, I always say, try to keep your pages clear. Offer a clear headline structure, for example, clear meta titles, meta descriptions, headline structure. This is how you do it. And last but not least, in terms of SEO, you also want to aim for omnipresence. And that means don't just release content on your website. Try to be visible on LinkedIn as well. Try to upload, for example, on YouTube as well. As you might know, YouTube is part of Google, so it's definitely a good thing if you also have a YouTube channel of your company and upload videos regularly. And that channel doesn't need to be big. Look, we also just have 700 subscribers here, just a few views, but those views and people who watch our videos are our super specific audience, and the AI crawlers recognize as well. They know that we are highly specialized for years when it comes to B2B SEO, B2B geo, for industrial companies, for distributors, for SaaS companies, all of those types of companies. And this is where we are building our content around to get recognized for that on various platforms, not just on Google or our website. So SEO is a big thing when it comes to winning leads online, but without number one, SEO is nothing. So let's talk about the most important thing when it comes to win leads online, which is your website. Your website is the foundation for everything else that we just talked about. So you need to have a great web design. But what is a great web design these days? Well, first of all, you're probably not apple.com if you're watching this. And if you're actually someone working at apple.com, please keep watching. Then this strategy is definitely already applied to your website. But I guess Apple anyways has in-house design teams. And if you're not apple.com, then you don't need a design of Apple. But how could a design of an industrial website look like? So we have designed some templates here for various company types. For example, this one here for a B2B manufacturer, how it looks on desktop and how it looks on mobile devices as well. This is how you would do it, personal contact person. So you have a clear design, you have the sections separated from each other, you display the processes, the USPs here. This is how it looks for a software company or for a service company. Again, USPs up front, clear call to action, clients, logos, USPs, video elements, display the services, the workflows, case studies, contact person, FAQ, and this is how it looks for a distributor / a B2B e-commerce company. So buying components, for example, right here. Call to action directly to the shop, the most important shop products, the most sold ones, for example, areas of application / industry, technical data sheet, areas, personal contact person. This is how you would do it, for example, when it comes to designing your B2B website. And then there's also discussion of page speed. How fast does my page have to be? Well, I talked about that in the previous videos as well in detail, but page speed is not as important as you might think. There's a study of SEMrush and they try to identify that. And what they found is that page speed factors like user signals, like user experience factors, they are not nearly as important as you might expect. You actually find them correlating negatively with rankings on Google. So try to make your website fast, let's say usable, but don't exaggerate here. You don't need 100% page speed when you, for example, use the Google page speed tool, right? So focus on making your website accessible and usable, but not reaching perfect page speed values or measures. And then there's also the website structure. When we talk about structure, it's important again to look that you have all of the commercial and the informative pages. I talked about that before. Just make sure that you have a clear structure, that you display all the SEO pages. So in commercial pages first, easy accessible, then you have trust pages up here, and then you have informative content right here. This is how I would do it in the main menu. Commercial, informative, trust content. Same for the footer, structure like that. Commercial, trust, and informative. And for the structure of the headlines and structured data, I already showed that to you. Make everything super clear. Make it as clear as possible so crawlers of search engines and as well your clients can easily understand the structure of your website. Then it comes to landing pages and to conversion optimization. Landing pages and conversion optimization means when you, for example, have social media campaigns, you have ad campaigns, you have newsletter campaigns, you want to drive people to your landing page. And a landing page, for example, can be our SEO for manufacturers page. So when we make a video about, for example, manufacturer SEO, we drive those companies to this landing page. Or when someone looks for manufacturing SEO on Google, they hopefully will find this page here. And on this page, we also have some conversion optimization elements on. For example, the call to action right up front, a personal video here, our USPs. We have our client logos. This is another conversion element. So trust elements. Try to bring in trust elements. Oop, that's a bit too long to fix that. Trust elements, yes. Then I display the niches that we work with, our clients' feedbacks, personal contact person. This is how you want to do it on your website as well. So that's it. This is the full bird's eye perspective of how to win leads online as a B2B manufacturer, as a B2B software company, as a B2B service company, distributor, supplier, whatever company you are. Those are probably also the 5 strategies that might work best for your company. And if you want to work with us, especially when it comes to the high-performing strategies like paid advertising in search engines, SEO or GEO for B2B companies, or web design and conversion optimization for B2B companies, then you can definitely work with us and get a free initial consultation call. Just go to robertsiegers.com/en, and when you're there, you can then just book an appointment using our virtual calendar, and through the selected time, we will reach back out to you, give you a call, and then we can see how we can support you and which of those strategies and marketing channels are the best for your company. I'm looking forward to see you in the call or in the next video. Have a great day.